Hi everyone, my name is Jenny and I'm so glad that you're here today. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about combating burnout. It looks different for everyone. That's something that I really wanted to highlight is the fact for me, it came out in a little bit of irritability, anger and aggression, just short with things that are happening that I never used to notice. I felt really tired and drained. The things that I love were not bringing me joy. I was wanting to do these workshops and I wasn't feeling the love that I had when I first initially started this. And I very quickly realized that I was overextending myself by saying, yes, 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 sure. And was there an energy exchange that validated and affirmed my choices and my decisions and efforts going forward? Not really, but it was also the narrative that I was taking on. So one of the things that I want to share is time. Time is valuable. It belongs to you. Claim it back. It is so, so important that we value this time. You know, I made the time to go see my therapist. I made the time to go to the bookstore, buy a book for myself, and be intentional about what I'm reading, the content that I'm bringing in. So recently I just had deleted my Instagram and my Facebook off my phone. That has given me some time to prioritize myself. To priority. So that makes perfect sense, right? I am putting myself first. And one of the things that I noticed that was queried when I was talking to my therapist was, when do you actually make time for you? And I'm like, well, I'm a nurse by day. I'm a mom all the time. I'm also a friend and a wife and all of these things. So, you know, what hat am I wearing when I actually get to wear the Jenny hat and I make myself queendom of my life and I do exactly what I want to do? It's pretty rare. So I spend the last minutes of the day hoping that everybody's going to settle down. It's going to be really quiet. Everybody's going to go to sleep and I can crawl out of bed when I know I'm already tired to reclaim some of this time. One of the questions that struck me really hard was, do you have any capacity for yourself at that point in time in the day? Maybe a little bit. And she's like, well, if somebody decides like, hey, it's 9 p.m., I'm going to give you a phone call, do you have capacity for them? And I was like, no, not at all. Well, why aren't you putting yourself first? So prioritizing yourself first. I really commend those people who wake up every morning and they carve that time out and they make themselves a priority. They set themselves up for a successful day. They don't burn the midnight oil and take away from that rest time that we really need to rejuvenate our bodies and our souls and our mind and decompress and integrate from the day. So another thing that we can do is pivot. If something's not working for you, put it in the F it bucket. It no longer serves us. There are habits and patterns. Me saying yes, yes, yes. I've overextended myself so much to the point where I'm like, how do I even pivot? I need to pivot really hard now to swing the pendulum the opposite way. Well, no, I don't have to. I just need to come and bring it back to somewhat of a semblance of a baseline or harmony or balance, whatever that looks like for you. That feels the most comfortable. The final tidbit to combating burnout for myself and suggesting for anybody else is give yourself self-compassion. It is okay to be overwhelmed. It is okay to feel the feelings that I have right now and that I love and accept myself exactly for where I am, because this is it's part of my journey and I honor that parts of my journey that do feel hard. And this was a proven example of where my threshold is. What is too much? I cannot run a nonprofit and be a nurse and be a mom and be a friend and be a partner and trying to support my own hobbies of being an artist as well as throwing workshops because I miss teaching and I want to work with kids and I want to serve the community and I want to do a lot of things. But what am I doing, for myself? And this is something that we have to really remember. We have this cup, and if we make all these withdrawals from it all the time, like my good friend says, what are we left with? Are we in a deficit? And if we come back at the end of the day and we're like, I'm going to fill my cup by watching a little bit of TV and doom scrolling maybe, or making some art or really reading, I'm so tired. Am I just putting little drops in that cup? Or is it better? Is there another way that I could do this where I shift it to the morning and I can fill this cup with the most amount of capacity that I have for my day, because I am worth that. I am a priority, and my time is mine to control and how I want to allocate and live my life. So thank you for watching, and I will share a little bit more about